So it seems like the answer to when the Boruto anime is coming back might just be finally answered because the official Naruto page has just posted on their Twitter page that we could potentially be getting a new announcement on a new project, new advancements in the next 50 days as of the recording of this video. Yes, that is right. We are going to be getting a panel at New York Comic Con. And with that said, we're going to be analyzing every single part of this announcement from the official page. What could we possibly be getting from this announcement at this event? Could we be seeing the return of the Boruto anime? Could we be getting new Naruto projects? Or is it something completely just bait and we're just going to be getting a bunch of, figures, illustrations, and that's it? I don't think so. So join me in today's video as we're going to be giving an update on the current status of the Boruto anime. This is something I love to do, and I am very excited to see what they're going to be announcing. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. By the way, my name is Fruit Guys, and on this channel I do pretty much everything Boruto manga anime related. So if you want to see more content like this, definitely hit that sub button, hit that like button. Without further ado, let's get straight to it. Alright, so for those of you who don't know, Naruto has an official page on its social media platforms. And if you go on X right now, there's been a post, there's pretty much been a surge of insane updates to the Naruto franchise, video games, anime updates, and just a lot of announcements that are going to be coming up this year. And it kind of makes sense considering how Dragon Ball has literally been having a big comeback this year with the announcement of Super returning in the coming year. And then obviously we're going to be getting a remake of the Dragon Ball movie, the first Dragon Ball Super movie, which is of course the Beerus movie. So it's pretty much insane. You're also getting Xenoverse 3. That is a game I'm excited to play on my console. You also have so many announcements in the Dragon Ball franchise that are insanely, it's just insane for the Dragon Ball comeback. And it seems like the Naruto franchise is trying to do the same thing, which makes so much sense because the Naruto franchise, I'm not gonna lie, it's been in shambles. I think we've been very dry, especially for the Naruto fans and less of the Boruto fans, because I mean, for one, Naruto ended years ago, and not only that, Naruto has been promised so many projects that the franchise has practically been dead. And I think it's something that's been very sad to see, especially when you realize that Naruto is a very popular anime. It's one of the most popular anime, and out of all the big three, Dragon Ball is coming back. We got Daima last year. We've been getting games, we're getting Sparking Zero, all that type of stuff, And you also have Bleach. They've been dropping Thousand Year Blood War. Every single core has been absolutely phenomenal, and you would think that it's crazy that the last piece of relevant content that Naruto fans got, I would say, was 2022, around the Naruto era. That was basically an era where everyone got to vote on their favorite manga character, and whoever won the poll would get a manga special. And that was, of course, Minato. Minato won it. And that was the last thing we got. The last thing as Naruto fans we got was the Naruto manga special, where it was basically focusing on Minato back in his day. So yeah, people loved that. People loved the amazing story from that. People were saying we need an adaptation of this, and I agree too. But that's besides the point. The point I'm trying to make is in every aspect, be it the anime, the manga, everything, it's been dry, especially the video games as well. Naruto Storm Connections is pretty much the latest game that you can play out of the Naruto franchise. I have this game on my Xbox, by the way. I have this game, I have the base game. This game is dead as hell. It is so dry. I haven't even bought a single DLC because a lot of people have always talked about how, there was a lot of promise into this game, dropping DLCs, and the game just felt very incomplete, very rushed, and just very lazy when it comes to things like the story mode. The combined story mode just sucks. I hate how it's just cutscenes, nothing really interesting. You're better off buying Naruto Storm Legacy than buying Storm Connections if you really want to experience the full Naruto story in video game format. The only thing Storm Connections is good for is PvP. I like the PvP, I like the gameplay, but a lot of the times it kind of feels repetitive, and it's pretty much fun when you're only playing online. So if you're playing offline, once you finish the story mode, including the Boruto special story mode, it's pretty much the only thing I loved about the game. Once you finish both of them, the game is pretty much dead. And so a lot of people, one of the biggest complaints that a lot of people have been making is that, holy crap, a lot of the characters you guys introduced in the Boruto special mode, why the hell are they not playable characters? Characters like Nanashi, Konohamaru, and there are so many characters in the Boruto story mode that are in the game they have in-game models and they can't just put them there as playable characters that you can use in PvP. And so with just how dry this game is, no DLCs, no nothing, we finally have an update to the game. They're going to be dropping a free update. And guess who they're giving out? Narishi Uchiha as a free playable character. And this is so funny. A free playable character. I mean, obviously, I'm glad they didn't sell us this character as like, oh, you have to buy this character. I would have been pissed as hell. I'm happy this game is coming back, and I think this is a sign of good things to come, which is kind of leading me on to what I could possibly think we're going to be seeing in these announcements in the next few months. But I will say it's very good to see that the game seems to be coming back to life. I thought this game was dead for good, and that leads me on to the Boruto anime. Actually, no, not the Boruto anime, the Naruto anime. So, with the Naruto anime, we were promised the 4 special episodes that were supposed to come out sometime in 2022, 2023. Towards the end of 2022, basically, the 4 episodes were delayed. Apparently, these episodes are just going to be sort of like special episodes that kind of go through the entire Naruto story. It was probably going to be original content that we had never seen before. And so people were very hyped for this. I remember when we got a trailer of the Naruto 20th anniversary showing revamped, reanimated cutscenes from the Naruto anime, and they just looked gorgeous. They looked beautiful. They looked amazing. It just really went to show how good Studio Pierrot could go if they actually put time and effort into making great animation. We see this with Thousand Year Blood War. If you give a show time, if you give it enough direction and great animation, it's going to be a good show. So I think that those 4 episodes were probably one of the most hyped things we were waiting for, even though we also had the Boruto anime alongside that at the time, because the Boruto anime was still airing, mind you. But it has been 4 years. Let me put this into context, guys. I started my university studies in 2022, and I am graduating in October this year. Do you know? Do you know how crazy it is that it has been 4 years and you're telling me you can't animate 4 episodes? In that time, Bleach has had more than 3 cores. We're on the final core right now, and it's already airing. And you're telling me you can't animate 4 freaking. Honestly, I think it's very disappointing to find out that this is basically a fumble from the Naruto franchise. I will say there could have been many factors as to why we never got the episodes. We can't really say, and I don't want to necessarily fry whoever's producing this and all that. Obviously, people are putting hard work into this kind of stuff, but I think for the Naruto fans, we have been hungry for years, and I think it would be very nice to see those Naruto episodes. So that kind of leads me on to what we could expect based on these new announcements. The video game announcement, we still have potential to see the 4 episodes coming out, but the question is, what could we actually be seeing from this panel in the next 50 days? Now, from what we know, there's pretty much no new information that is showing anything. I think there could be a few plausible ideas as to what we could potentially be seeing. And it's easily number 1, Boruto anime update, number 2, a new video game project, number 3, something completely different, or it could be both of them. It could just be all these 3 options. So with the Boruto anime, we haven't had a Boruto anime adaptation in 3 years. The Boruto anime ended sometime in 2023. I think it was around March. And since then, we have no episodes. Remember, the anime ended because the anime was catching up very fast to the manga. Even during the Code arc, when the anime was still fresh, the anime was still going on and manga was still coming out, the Code arc in the anime caught up so fast to the point where by the time we got to Barrier mode in the anime, I think we literally just started the Prophecy arc. So that goes to show how crazy the pacing is. And mind you, the Code arc is not really that long, right? Like even in the anime, where the anime ends off, obviously I don't want to include any spoilers for any of you anime only viewers. If you look at where the anime ends, that's not the end of the Code arc. I don't think that's a spoiler, but just know it's not the end. But the Code arc is relatively short. Once the anime comes back, I'm pretty sure they're just gonna pick up from there. But what I will say is, when it comes to the anime, it's been pretty much 3 years now. We're in 2026, and I would say that the Boruto manga as a whole has pushed for sure. I would say we definitely have about 3, 4, at least 3, if not more than 3 arcs ahead. With the Prophecy arc, we have Boruto's Return to Konoha. We also have the the Sand Village arc, obviously, and Mamushi, and pretty much right now we're dealing with Code. So as much as you would like to think that 3 years of manga content would get us somewhere, yeah, we're definitely somewhere. I think the best way we could deal with pacing issues is just to make Boruto a seasonal anime. I think that would just pretty much make it better. The reason why the Boruto anime really failed in the first place in terms of just bad reception, people just didn't really like the anime. It's just the fact that it was a weekly anime. People were producing episodes every single week without a break. So it kind of led to a lot of production issues, animation issues, and obviously the manga pacing. The anime caught up to the manga way too fast, even though the anime is more anime canon and filler content than manga content, which, if you think about it, that's crazy. And then for number two, the video games, I think it kind of makes the most sense when you think about how out of nowhere, think about it, it's so strange how out of nowhere the Naruto Storm Connections game just got an update, and there's even more updates promised. We're going to be getting two more free playable characters, which also indicates, I think, the playable, the paid characters that were announced in the DLCs before the game kind of died out, the DLCs that never came out, they might actually be coming back. And so if they're trying to revive a dead game, what does that tell you? I would say that just pretty much means they're trying to get people into playing Naruto games. People are trying, they're just trying to get people back into the Naruto franchise. So it would make sense if it's a potential game announcement. It could be something like a Naruto Storm 5. Give us Storm 5. We need that. I would love to see a Storm 5 with Boruto's story. I think it would be so amazing. A lot of people don't realize how insane that is. I would say, to be fair, the Boruto story already has the Momoshiki arc. I mean, we have Road to Boruto, but think about an adaptation of the Kara arc into the video games or the Code arc. I think that would be pretty insane for a video game. Pretty amazing. But yeah, it could just be a combination of both, or it could just be a combination of. It could just be something else. I swear, if if it's something else like the stupid Naruto card game, I'm finna crash out. But honestly, the main question is the Boruto anime really ready to return? I would say yes. I would say we are ready to return. I think we have enough content to the point where if you just make it seasonal, maybe we get a new core every year or every 2 years. I think we're eating good. The manga will still push. Obviously, right now, the Boruto manga is in hiatus, which also kind of is weird because it's on hiatus for the next 2 months, right? We're getting another chapter. Actually, we only have, for the next 2 months. The first month just passed now because chapter would have been dropping yesterday, actually, as we're recording this video. And then obviously September, we're not getting anything. And then, of course, October, the manga should be coming back. So when you look at that, I would say that there has to be something to do with it, especially when the announcement is pretty much made for October 10th, which is also Naruto's birthday. So I swear, if we don't get anything interesting, I'm gonna crash out. I think this has to be something that just has to change, for the betterment of the franchise. Naruto franchise is dead, okay? The only thing keeping us alive is Boruto. And Boruto, we got the manga, but that's not enough. That's not enough, okay? We need absolute peak right now. So please, Bleach, Studio Period, if you're hearing me right now, Bleach, you guys are pretty much done with Bleach now. Bleach is about to end, okay? So just, and Black Clover's was coming back. Okay, so please, just give me Boruto. I'm begging you. Just give me Boruto. That's all I need. That's all I need. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. I think this is pretty amazing. But yeah, I'll see you in another one.